What's up, takers? This is me, your RC Boy. Welcome back to my channel, My Takes by RC Boy. If this is your first time to see a video on this channel, please give this a thumbs up and click subscribe and tap the bell button so you get to be notified whenever I release new videos on this channel. Alright, so today we are going to talk about the mother of all virtues, and we consider this the strongest foundation of all virtues. And I believe it is best to start with this topic in my first episode. Yes, takers! Humility is our episode today. And humility is now giving us the ability and also the willingness to learn, to accept, to change, and to lead in this beautiful world that we live in. So let us talk about it. Let's have some experiences, and together we will embrace humility. So it's good to start by defining it, and we base it in Merriam-Webster dictionary. So humility is defined in Merriam-Webster as freedom. Freedom from pride and arrogance. For example, you graduated college, you get honors, and then, like your cum laude, magna cum laude, or summa cum laude. And it's very much normal for a person to think that you are already, knowledgeable with everything. So by theory, you know the books, you study a lot in college. So when you go now to your first work, the common scenario is that in human resource world, a person who is a new professional, if he or she does not like the situation inside of how things are being done, he will just leave or take a resignation. And then the result is that moving from one place to another. If you are going to look at those seniors already in the different companies or in our work environment, these people also started from the bottom. They also go up in the ladder. We understand we have different leaders. And with our leaders, it's always about, the first thing is power. Power is something that is very much dangerous if it is not used properly with the virtue of humility. And on the other hand, I also mentioned about leadership, that in leadership, the more humble a leader is, the more that the people will follow, because humility also brings empathy. Humility also brings affection, that once you are already communicating with the heart, then that would be very much easy for you to portray or to deliver your right message to your people. That's on the area of leadership. Another area of humility, which is on relationships. It can be with family, love relationships, or friendship. Once a family has a value and portrayed the value of humility, then everyone, it's easier for everyone to provide or to show acceptance. It's easier for everyone to feel and understand the feeling of other family member, because in the practice or in the virtue of humility, there's no such thing as competition. There's no such thing as pride, and there's no such thing as arrogance. So when someone in the family commit a mistake, it will be very easy for another person to forgive or to accept, because again, the foundation of that relationship is humility. Pride makes us very much artificial. Just like in social media, you want to show people that you have this, you have that, because the foundation there is pride. I am not saying that showing your blessings in social media is bad. My point here is that once you are already showing that for purposes of being, to show to people that you are happy, even you are not, then that is being artificial. So that is why, ladies and gentlemen, I emphasize that, because that is also a very good point from one author. Again, pride makes us artificial and humility makes us real. We don't have to pretend that we have this. We don't have to pretend that we are happy. It's okay not to be okay. Paper money are very silent. Coins are noisy. So what is that? In that illustration, in that anecdote, it means to say that once you are already knowledgeable with things and your wisdom is already on higher, then apply humility, and that will be, you will, the journey, your destiny will just bring you to a place where you are very much helpful, and when you can already serve your community very well. So that's it. It's more of having humility in the field of practice will give you a more altruistic service. It's a service that is not more on the economic side, but more on altruism, that you are really true to what you are doing. And that is humility in the practice. So how do we have and practice humility in our existence? One, we have to embrace humility. Embracing it, it's hard. It's not easy because no one would like to be, stepped down by others. But that humility is not about that. Humility is having a greater understanding and acceptance of things. And acceptance is really high, and then you can start already dealing with the different people with different characters. That's the first thing. The second thing is that we have to always ensure self-awareness. Awareness of where we are. So in practicing humility, know very well your weaknesses. Know very well your strengths. So if you know your strengths, then you have to use it properly. You have to craft it more so that you can help it to improve also your weaknesses. In self-awareness, now you are very much aware. What can you do? What can you perform? What are the things that you know? The knowledge, the skills, your different competencies, the affective side of you. So it will help you now grow as a person. If you want to really improve yourselves in the academic side, if you want to go for a higher positions or something, then study. You have to study. You have to take sleepless nights of studying, burn your candles, and then that's it. You get it. And the third thing is empathy. We have to show empathy because in showing empathy, people now will become less defensive. Pride is always concerned with who is right. In humility, it's not concerned about who is right, but it's more concerned about what is right. It's easy for us to say that we are just human beings, yes. It's easy to say that we are angry, yes. It's easy to say that we lose temper, yes. But again, once you practice humility in your existence, you become now more an open person, and you have also an open mind. I also come up with, a quote from a good writer, Gary Harvey, on humility. Humility is the best form of warfare, and it is the only thing the enemy cannot do. Yes, that is correct. I was scrutinized, I was bashed, I was called by a different negative things. And many people told me, why don't you fight back? Why don't you file a case against them? Why you just allow them to say this to you? I told them that there's no need to do that. When people throw stones at you or garbages at you, don't mind. Just continue serving. Just continue your purpose. The world is round. Sometimes you are up, sometimes you're down. So now the great equilibrium between the two is to input now the balance, which is the virtue of humility. According to Melanie Coloris in on.com, she said, be humble in your confidence and yet courageous in your character. Always remember the great value of humility, that we have to practice it and we always have to input it first in our minds. And I also believe that people who are very much secure about themselves do not put other people down. Because people who are humble, who feel that they are little, then it's easier for you to lift up other people.